When you were in college, you were not told that ministry is all about building teams. You thought it was about you and what you're going to do. It's not. It's about building teams, supporting them, empowering them, giving them a leader, and releasing them to do their thing. That's the difference between good church planters and church planters that get worn out 3 years in. I don't know if you all have a life verse from the Bible that kind of encapsulates your passion for being in ministry. Mine is Ephesians 4:11-12. I don't know if you're familiar with it. The Apostle Paul says Christ gave the church apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. And typically we stop there. But what he's saying is it was Christ that gave these leadership roles to the church. And typically you're thinking about yourself as you're the pastor, or you're kind of in this apostolic role of leading everything. You're a teacher from stage, you're an evangelist, you're one of these. But in my opinion, those are subsets of the next verse. Christ gave leadership roles to the church. Any leadership role, their job is to equip the church for works of service. And so you can see because this is my life verse, you can see in my ministry, I was all about having teams, equipping them, empowering them, releasing them, apprenticing, having a rotation, making sure they were pastored as they went, felt supported. And so I see your role as like if you went to the bank and you applied for a loan for your church and they say, okay, so what's your job at the church? I would want you not to say I'm the pastor of a church. I'd want you to say I'm an equipper. That's my job. Or because I think that's a biblical answer to your job at your church, whether you're a pastor, a teacher, an evangelist, a prophet, apostle, however you want to play that out, is I think that you need to say, this is my job given by Christ. Christ gave leadership to the church to equip. And so when someone says, so what do you do for your church? You're not the preacher, you're not the pastor, you're not the evangelist, you are an equipper.